To survive, the man claimed he was Persian. The officer asked him to say a few words in Persian. He didn't know any, of course. Luckily, there were no real Persians around. No one could tell if he was right or wrong. The officer was impressed with his made-up Persian. The man was assigned to work in the kitchen. The officer even asked him to teach him Persian every night, but he also warned him lying would come with serious consequences. The officer made a plan to learn 4 words a day. He studied hard, but one day, the officer suddenly demanded 40 words. For the man, making up words was easy, but remembering them was nearly impossible. He knew he couldn't do it, so he tried to escape, but halfway through, he was stopped. The old officer told him that ahead lay either minefields or swamps. Behind him were soldiers and dogs. Running would only get him killed faster. He had no choice but to go back and find another way. The officer asked him to copy the list of prisoners. Then he discovered something. If he covered part of each name, he could create new words. He was thrilled when he forgot a word. He secretly glanced at the list. The trick worked perfectly. The officer didn't suspect a thing. But one day, the officer asked how to say branch. He said a word that sounded just like bread. The officer finally realized he'd been lied to. He beat the man and sent him to work in the quarry. The man was tortured until he passed out, even unconscious. He was muttering in a language no one understood. When the officer came to check on him, he understood what the man said. "Mom, I want to go home." From memorizing so many fake words, the language had embedded itself in the man's subconscious. His instinctive gibberish convinced the officer he truly was Persian. He even offered him food and clean clothes as an apology. The man explained that branch and bread sounded the same in Persian. To gain more trust, he suggested they speak only in Persian from then on. Using the fake language, they began sharing personal stories. The officer let down all his guard. He even wrote a poem in Persian. They formed a strange bond. The man was protected. His daily life became much easier than the others, but he wasn't happy. His fellow countrymen were being killed every day. His heart grew numb. Lately, the camp was preparing for a major transfer. He was ordered to move with the others. He wanted to end it all. When the officer found out, he rushed to pull the man out of the line. He angrily asked why he would risk everything for nameless strangers. The man snapped back, "They have name. You just never cared." And he was right. If the officer had ever read that list, he would have uncovered the lie, but he never had. As the war neared its end, officers began destroying evidence, but this officer was smart. He fled early, taking the man with him. In the snowy woods, they said goodbye. The officer headed for the airport, hoping to escape to Tehran. He tried to use the fake Persian to speak with people. No one understood a word he said. He broke down on the spot. When he tried to run, he was tackled to the ground. The man was later rescued. Someone asked if he remembered those who had died. He recited 2,840 names without stopping. His voice drew the attention of the entire camp. Each of those 2,840 words stood for a life that had been taken. Some wanted to burn the records, but he used memory to give those lives proof they once existed.